You two stop.
Never!
Guys, stop it!
Dig your nails in me!
You guys, stop! Kourtney! Kourtney! You guys, stop it! Don't do that to each other! Are you guys okay? What on earth?
1 minute they're laughing. Who are you meeting with?
It started with whispers, then came the TikToks, the throwback clips, the side-by-side comparisons. Suddenly the internet had a new theory, one that cuts deeper than any feud on the Kardashians. Kim Kardashian, the billionaire beauty mogul, the family's powerhouse, might still be jealous of her older sister, Kourtney, and not just for her independence or her marriage or her peace, but for something much more personal, something that goes all the way back to when they were just kids. Kourtney was always Daddy's favorite. That single line, pulled from an old family clip, reignited a fire fans had forgotten was still burning. In just a few days, social media detectives pieced together moments that suddenly made sense. Kim's cutting comments, Kourtney's cold replies, that long pause in their interviews whenever someone mentions their dad. It's not about fame anymore, one fan wrote. It's about old wounds. The ones that money can't fix. With the Kardashians resurfaced everywhere. Kim rolling her eyes at Kourtney's boring lifestyle. Kourtney quietly reminding everyone she doesn't need to be famous to feel fulfilled. And then the moment that hit millions like a punch, "Dad would have been proud of me too," Kim once said, her voice breaking. To which Kourtney replied softly but firmly, "He already was. It was subtle, emotional, real." And the internet caught it, and fans began drawing connections between Kim's constant drive for validation and Kourtney's calm confidence, both of which trace back to their late father, Robert Kardashian Sr. Kourtney had the bond, Kim had the ambition, and they've been balancing that energy ever since. From red carpets to reality shows, you could feel it. That unspoken tension that fame only made louder. And now, decades later, the story everyone thought was about business, luxury, or ego.
The next minute they're slapping each other. Like, what the is happening? This is crazy.
Whore!
I can't believe this has gone this far for them to physically assault one another. That's so just, we don't treat sisters like that.
Might actually be about something heartbreakingly simple, a daughter's need to be loved by her dad. Long before the world knew their names, Kim and Kourtney Kardashian were just two sisters growing up in a close, complicated household surrounded by love, legacy, and expectation. But even back then, they couldn't have been more different. Kourtney was grounded, calm, deliberate. She was the kind of girl who stayed home, stayed steady, stayed quiet. Kim was ambitious, magnetic, and unstoppable. Always dreaming, always chasing, always proving. Kourtney doesn't need attention. Kim once joked in an old KUWTK clip, "I do." She said it with a laugh, but behind the humor, there was truth. Because even as kids, everyone saw it. Kourtney's quiet confidence made her unshakable. Kim's need to shine made her unforgettable. And between those two energies, a lifelong tension began to grow. As the Kardashian family rose to fame, the sisters' dynamic evolved, but the undertones never really changed. What looked like playful teasing on camera often carried a sharper edge behind the scenes. "You're too selfish. You're too boring. At least I have a business. At least I have peace."
You guys, stop it.
How old am I?
Stop.
How old are you?
Don't, both of you, okay, separate. No.
These weren't just sisterly jabs, they were reflections of who they'd become. Kim, the mogul, Kourtney, the minimalist, Kim addicted to the grind, Kourtney addicted to balance. And while both paths made sense, neither sister could fully understand the other's world. "We've always been opposite," Kourtney said in a 2022 interview. "And I think that's why we clash. I want stillness. Kim wants movement." The irony? Each of them had something the other secretly wanted. Kim, with her empires and magazine covers, envied Kourtney's peace, the ability to live slowly, love privately, and not care about what people thought. Kourtney, with her calm and control, sometimes envied Kim's influence, her ability to make the world move with one post. They reflect each other's insecurities, one insider said. Kim wants to be free. Kourtney wants to feel seen.
I think you guys need to separate.
She's the problem and she should leave.
That's in your head too. You have
No,
this
everyone
narrative in
thinks
your
it.
Everyone who?
Chloe
Me.
doesn't know what the
I'm
when have I had
Kendall,
any interaction
Kylie,
with you
guys.
I will never ever
Everybody
be
needs to
around
calm
you guys.
down.
There's
Then
no
bye.
need.
Get
Bye.
out.
Exactly.
Get out.
Their love for each other was real, deep, unbreakable. But under that love was a quiet rivalry, one that fame didn't create, like it just exposed. Because when you grow up side by side, sharing friends, clothes, and dreams, sometimes it's not the world you're competing with. It's the reflection in your own family. Every family has a story that never gets told out loud. And for the Kardashians, that story starts with Robert Kardashian Sr. He wasn't just their father, he was their moral compass, their protector, the man who kept their world together long before fame and cameras ever arrived. But ask anyone who knew them back then and they'll tell you, Kourtney had a connection with her dad that was different. Kourtney was like his shadow, one family friend recalled. Wherever Robert went, she went. They just understood each other. Even Kim herself once admitted it, quietly, almost reluctantly, in an early Keeping Up with the Kardashians confessional. Kourtney was always closer to my dad, she said. They were so alike, calm, logical, grounded. I was more like my mom, emotional, ambitious, dramatic. Robert Kardashian adored all his children, but his bond with Kourtney was special, steady, peaceful, safe. She was the one who listened, the one who stayed calm during arguments, the one who reminded everyone to slow down. She got that from him, Kris Jenner once said. That stillness, that was Robert. And Kim? Kim admired her father too, but her connection was different. She looked up to him like a hero she wanted to impress. She loved him deeply, but she also needed his approval.
Literally just like saw red, and like I wasn't gonna let her think that she could attack me and get away with this.
I always wanted him to be proud of me, Kim confessed in a 2021 interview. He grounded me. Everything I do, I still think about what he'd say. But underneath that love was something more complicated, a quiet sense of comparison that never really went away. When Robert Kardashian passed away in 2003, the sisters were changed forever. For Kourtney, it was losing her anchor, the one person who truly understood her pace. For Kim, it was losing her validation, the voice that told her she was enough even before she was famous. After my dad died, I felt like I had to prove myself, Kim said years later. That's when I really started pushing, working, creating, building. I think I was trying to fill that hole. Kourtney, meanwhile, pulled inward. She went quiet, private, reflective, the complete opposite of Kim's reaction. And that's when the paths split. Kourtney's grief made her protective, Kim's grief made her powerful, and between them grew distance. The phrase "daddy's favorite" didn't start as a joke, it started as truth. Even Khloe, in an old interview, once teased that Kourt was always dad's little girl. But for Kim, that phrase lingered, not because she resented Kourtney, but because it reminded her of something she could never have again. Go, an insider explained, it's about loss. She's been chasing her father's pride ever since he left. And that's what makes their dynamic so powerful and so tragic. What fans see as jealousy might actually be grief. Because sometimes the person you're competing with isn't your sister. It's the version of yourself that still wants to hear, "I'm proud of you." When Keeping Up with the Kardashians premiered in 2007, no one, not even the Kardashians themselves, knew how massive it would become. But almost overnight, fame didn't just change their lives, it rewrote them. And for Kim and Kourtney, the show became more than just a spotlight. It became a mirror, reflecting every difference, every insecurity, and every old wound they thought they'd buried. For Kim Kardashian, fame wasn't intimidating, it was fuel. She wanted to build, to prove, to shine. Every photo shoot, every headline, every moment on camera was a chance to control her own story and to make sure her father's name carried on through success. "I work hard because I never want to depend on anyone," she said early in her career. "If I'm going to be known for something, I want it to be mine." But that hunger and that endless drive came with a price, because while Kim was chasing the world, Kourtney was trying to hold on to herself. Kourtney never wanted fame in the same way. She didn't crave it, she didn't chase it. She just happened to be born into it and then trapped inside of it. "The show isn't my life," she once said on camera. "My life is my family, my peace, my time." While Kim was building empires, Kourtney was trying to build boundaries. And that difference, that clash between purpose and peace, became the quiet war behind the show. From episode to episode, fans began to see it play out. Kim scheduling shoots while Kourtney wanted family dinners. Kim chasing partnerships while Kourtney wanted privacy. Kim seeing the brand, Kourtney seeing the burnout. Kim's about legacy, one producer once said, but Kourtney's about life. And those two things rarely align. The moment that defined it all came in season 18, the infamous fight.
Okay.
Yeah, but she's gonna get the out of here. She came on me.
Kim, come on.
I'm so confused at what just happened. I just don't understand who Kourtney's become. It's like, who does this?
She didn't even know what I was gonna
You guys,
say.
my daughter's sleeping.
But she should leave.
She's literally
Okay.
bleeding.
No, it's crazy.
I'm not about violence and I don't want to go there, but I just
The one that broke through the glam, the perfection, and the image of sisterhood. When Kourtney accused Kim of being too obsessed with work, Kim fired back, "If I were you, I'd be lazy too." And the argument turned physical. It wasn't just a fight, it was years of resentment, exhaustion, and misunderstanding exploding on screen. "You act like I don't work hard," Kourtney shouted through tears. "But I'm not trying to be you." Those words echoed long after the cameras stopped rolling, because at its core, that fight wasn't about filming schedules or attitudes. It was about two sisters who lost sight of what connected them and saw each other as competition instead of reflection. After that moment, things were never quite the same. Kim threw herself deeper into her empire, Skims, law studies, global campaigns. Kourtney pulled back even further, focusing on her kids, her health, her space. They both needed control in different ways, an insider explained. Kim needed to control the future. Kourtney needed to control her peace. And while both sisters built their own version of success, the gap between them only grew wider because fame doesn't just reveal who you are, it amplifies everything you've ever tried to hide. And for Kim and Kourtney, that meant every old insecurity, every piece of childhood envy, and every trace of daddy's favorite now played out on the biggest stage in the world. If you thought the feud between Kim and Kourtney Kardashian ended with a few tears and a hug for the cameras, think again. Because lately, fans are convinced that behind the smiles, photo ops, and red carpet moments, the tension has quietly resurfaced, and this time it's not about business, it's personal. It started, as always, with something small. During an episode of The Kardashians, Kim casually mentioned Kourtney's wedding to Travis Barker, calling it aesthetic over substance. The comment seemed harmless until Kourtney fired back. "She can't stand when something's not about her," Kourtney said in her confessional, her voice cold and calm. "Kim lives for control. I live for meaning." That one line set the internet ablaze.
Kourtney, why would you slap her like that?
She just did it to
You
me
both
too.
did it, but no,
So don't only come to me.
You're the only one
Shut
here.
the
Why was
up.
your reaction violence? Why were you about to hit me? Are you crazy?
I'm not gonna hit you, but
You just
shut the
tried.
up. Don't take someone else's side.
I did.
That's my issue with
Stop
you.
pointing your finger like this at me.
I'll
Calm
point
down.
my finger. You shut the up.
Kourtney, if I hit you, you would be knocked the out.
Good. Do it.
I don't resort to violence. You're crazy.
Look, she with me for too long. I'm not gonna hear it anymore.
Kourtney finally said what we've all been thinking, one fan tweeted. "Kim's jealousy is showing again," wrote another, and just like that, old wounds reopened. Fans also pointed to Kim's behavior during Kourtney's Italy wedding, how she allegedly criticized Kourtney's Dolce & Gabbana collaboration, even though she later partnered with the same brand herself. Kim's entire next campaign looked like Kourtney's wedding. One TikTok user said in a viral post with over 3 million views. It's giving jealousy, not inspiration. People noticed the little things too. The way Kim didn't post many photos from the wedding, the way she seemed distant in group scenes, and the way her tone shifted every time Kourtney's name came up. "Kim always smiles when others talk about success, except when it's Kourtney's," another fan commented. "You can see it in her eyes." The moment that truly sealed it came from Kourtney herself during a private conversation that later aired on the show. "I love my sister," she said, "but I don't like who she becomes when I'm happy. It's like my joy threatens her." Those words hit millions of fans straight in the heart because beneath the surface level tension, they revealed something deeper, a rivalry that's no longer just about fame or business. It's about validation, it's about love, it's about two sisters who still see each other through the lens of who they were when their dad was alive. Since then, TikTok and Reddit have become digital battlegrounds, and fans analyzing tone, body language, and every subtle jab. Whole threads are dedicated to Kim's micro-expressions. Breakdown videos zoom in on eye rolls, pauses, and sighs during family interviews. You can tell Kourtney's energy shifts the second Kim speaks. One viral clip caption reads, "They love each other, but it's fragile love." And maybe that's what hurts the most. The reminder that behind the fame, the filters, and the fortune,
Kourtney is out. She will not be at the shoot because she is the one that has the annoying schedule.
they're still just two sisters trying to find their place in the same family, because fame may have given them everything, but it also exposed the one thing they can't buy: peace between each other. At the end of the day, this isn't really a story about jealousy. It's a story about family, about two sisters who grew up under the same roof, with the same love, the same father, and the same expectations. But somehow they learned to carry that love in completely different ways. Kourtney Kardashian has always moved with quiet strength, a calm spirit who found peace outside the spotlight. Kim Kardashian, on the other hand, built her power in front of the world, using fame as both her armor and her validation. And maybe that's where the misunderstanding begins. Because while one sister is fighting for stillness, the other is fighting to be seen. And somewhere in between, they keep missing each other. The truth is, it was never about hate. It was never about envy in its purest form. It's about wanting to feel understood, wanting to be loved the same way, even if you express it differently. When fans talk about the daddy's favorite theory, they forget something deeper. Robert Kardashian Sr. loved them both, just in the way each of them needed. But grief has a way of reshaping memory, and what starts as love can sometimes turn into competition for what's already gone. So maybe Kim's drive was never about outshining her sister. Maybe it was about proving something to a man who isn't here to see it. And maybe Kourtney's piece isn't defiance. Maybe it's her way of holding on to the part of her father that taught her to slow down and feel. Two sisters, one story, and a bond that fame could never fully erase. They've hurt each other, forgiven each other, and still somehow found their way back to each other every time. Because in the end, the Kardashian family isn't built on perfection. It's built on love that survives the spotlight. Love that bends but doesn't break. Love that still believes that even when the cameras fade, family will always come first. So what do you think, Hush Hush fam? Was Kim ever really jealous, or was she just chasing the kind of love she never stopped missing? Leave your thoughts below, like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you on the next one. Only on Hush Hush Fame.